Good to see you all out there. That's the coach again. Those who were on our couple-minute break this morning on day 84 of our daily tip process. We said we'd be here at 10:30, and we're here. And I'm excited to be here, as I always am, right? And remember, Coach Manny live on Selling every Friday at 10:30, and we are sponsored by 90 Days to Your Success. How to get more done in 90 days than most people get done all year. Today, we're going to talk about sales referral strategy. Referrals, those things that everybody wants, but so many are afraid to ask. Do you have a strategy for making this happen in your business, or are you just letting it go? Remember, referrals are leads given to you by other people you know and or people you're doing business with. But you already know what they are, don't you? And you know why they're important. And you know why you want them. Yet so many times, what happens? What happens? We talk about them. We talk about how we need them, but we don't ask for referrals. It's just one of those things that happens, right? And I don't know why. Yet so many times it happens. But if you have a formal process that's for success, those of you who, and I date myself here a little bit, but those of you who can remember the old life insurance sales guys that used to come to the door, or insurance salespeople, always, when they closed the deal, the next piece of paper was, can you please give me 3 referrals? Or it was already on that sheet. And you know what? You gave it to them so many times. People gave referrals. All door-to-door people used to do it, and it's a process that works, and it's something that we lost, and we need to make sure we put back in, because most people never ask for referrals. I'm not sure why. You got a great relationship. You've done a good job. Why would you hesitate? And don't think I'm not part of that group at times myself. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that's not something I do. I'm good. Forget it. We all do it. So I want you to think about that. Today, I want to help you get started, and we're going to go through 3 tips that can help you in building an effective strategy to make that happen in your business. I'm Coach Manny Nowak, and I help business people business owners to double their sales by helping them increase that top line through processes that help you excel. Whether first we start with strategy, then we start with tactics, and then we actually help you make it happen. So become action oriented, and one of the keys that we use is something called 90 days. We never look further than that to start with. We have a long-term plan, but we start with 90 days at a time. So if you're struggling to generate business, if your top line isn't where you want it to be, if your sales team is off peak, they're not doing what you need them to do, or maybe you're just getting ready to hire your first salesperson, or maybe you just need to get rid of the sales people that are there and you need to replace them. Whatever the case, I've been doing this effectively for over 20 years. And before that, I was a technician. So think about that. We're here to help you build your sales process. The question for today is really simple. Do you have a sales referral strategy? In other words, if you have salespeople that come to work for you, do they understand this is how you do it? Is it written down, and does your team use it? Those are the questions that we ask you. If you're out there with us today, I ask, please refer us, put us out there on the referral, let people know about us, let people know you're here, share this with others, because we're here to help you. And today we're talking about referrals, which I know if you're a salesperson out there, you're interested. So if you're just getting to join us, let me just recap one more time what we're talking about today, and then we'll start talking about it, right? And today's subject is really sales referral strategy. Do you have one? Is it written down? And does your team follow it? We know how important referrals are. We know we can take referrals and we can generate business from them. So why isn't the number one thing we're doing is asking for referrals, asking for referrals, asking for referrals? Why do we hesitate? Why are we holding back? Why are we not making this our most important strategy? It works. It does get you business. And so I'm here to tell you today that when you're done here today, I hope that you're going to implement some of this strategy. Now, if you happen to be part of our Entrepreneur Toolbox team, what we're going to do after this session is we're actually going to show you some examples and walk through some like role plays on how to ask referrals. So, and if you're not part of that Entrepreneur Toolbox, I encourage you to go out to coachmanny.com, get signed up, and even if you're watching this later, you can still rewatch the video on what we're going to do today. So, encourage you. And those members who are watching this, if you're part of that Entrepreneur Toolbox, don't forget, 11 o'clock, right after this session, we'll show you how to put into place what we talk about on this show today. So let's get to it because I've been talking enough and it's time to get down to business. Let's talk about 3 ways to make this happen in your business today. And number 1 is you have to define when you're going to ask for a referral. You have to teach this when to yourself and to your team. Define this is when you ask for a referral. So nobody has a hesitation. Nobody has to think about it. Your salespeople and yourself, you know that when you get to this piece of the sales cycle, one of the things that you have to do is you have to ask for a referral. It is really that easy. You don't have to do it all the things that I'm going to show you here. I'm going to go through a number of ways that you can ask for referrals and when you should ask for them. But you got to do one of them. One of them will make a difference. Try it. So the first time you should ask for a referral, the first one on our list, it's not necessarily the first time, but when you close the deal, when you finish closing the deal, everybody's excited, and one of the most important things is the customer's pumped up, they're excited, they're ready to roll, and why not ask them for a referral? That's one of the greatest wins there is. Now, how about when you call back after delivery? Your product's been delivered, if it's physical, and even if it's a service or something, you start delivering it. You call back and you say, are you happy? And they say, yeah, we're happy. And you say, could you give me the name of some other people? Of course you can do that. Now, the third one I'm going to give you is when they say, no, we're not interested. No, we've decided not to move forward. Okay. But do you know anybody else who might use our product? Do you know anybody else who might be interested in what we have for sale? You'd be surprised at how many referrals you get from people who say no. Number 4 on this list is while you're in the selling process, especially if you are in a long selling process. You know, some of you may be in processes that take months to work through and to go through all the detail, or at least weeks. And some points of that process, you have to define, we have the client at this stage. Now what we should do is say, hey, it's been great moving you forward here. We hope we're going to do some business with you. Do you know anybody else that might be interested? The next part is after a certain amount of time. I mean, you define your product. What's the life cycle? How much they get into it? How much they're using it? where they're at, what stage, and then you find certain points and you say, at this point, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, you should ask for referrals again. And remember, you can do multiples of these. You don't have to necessarily do them all, but you can fit them in your process. The next time you ask for a referral is when you're celebrating. You know, isn't it great? Sometimes you in some businesses out there, after the deal's closed, you're going to go have dinner, you're going to go have lunch, you're going to go have whatever. You're just going to celebrate. Hey, we're all having a great time here. Hey, Joe, do you happen to know anybody else who might be interested in this? Of course you're going to ask. Stop holding back. How about when the whole team's around? Let's say you sold it to the boss, but the whole team benefits from what you sold, and everybody around, and you're having a party or you're celebrating or you're walking through the process. What better time to say, does anybody here know anybody else who might be interested in this? It's just powerful. I'm telling you, it is powerful. So those are all key elements of when you should be asking. Now, let's get to point number 2. That's when. But now the question is, how? Okay, Manny, I'm with you. I know when I got to ask for a referral now, but I really don't know how. Well, the how isn't really that difficult, is it? How are you going to ask for a referral and make it easy? Remember, it always has to be easy. These are just a sample. Remember, there are many ways to do it, but doing it is the most important thing. You have to do this. I'm just going to write myself a note here. Okay. Remember, what I'm giving you here is just an example. Wait. Now, if you're going to have them fill out a form, which is one of the things that you have to learn is wait. You have to learn patience. You have to learn to hold back a minute. When they start, well, maybe I'll fill that out for you later. Oh, I can wait. I'm okay. There's no real big deal. I'm not in a rush. I'll fill it out for you. I can wait. I prefer to wait. I know you're busy and you might never get around to it. And that's the case, isn't it? When you ask for referrals, most times people just never get around to it. So actually, you can fill out some of it for them. So when you hand them the referral sheet, you've already got some company names on there. Perhaps you've already got some people's names on there, and they just have to fill out the rest. Don't leave the referral sheet with them unless you have no choice. All right. And if you have no choice, then leave it with them. But the chances of you getting them back are not that high. Ask them to call. In today's world, the greatest referral, and I remember one of my clients was teaching me this, actually, and he said, hey, when you ask her for a referral, why not just pick up the phone and ask them, hey, could you just give them a quick buzz and say I'm going to connect with them? That's so powerful. If your client calls this person and say, hey, Manny's going to give you a call. I've just started working with him, and he is really good. What difference that? In fact, that person on the other end of the phone say, is he there right now? Can I talk to him? And you get connected. Wow. That's what can happen when you ask for a referral. And when you ask for a referral, one thing I'm going to teach you is to always ask for 3, because that way you'll get at least one good one. So you can give them a sheet of paper. I mean, this is the old technique. Referrals from Joe Smith, right? And you on that sheet is, 1, 2, 3. So they know you're looking for 3. Name, phone number, email, company. That's really all you need. And a thank you note you put at the bottom of the sheet and say, can you fill this out for me? I just need 3 of these right now. It would really make a big difference in the business. You can give them a link which they can click on, which goes to, maybe you have a landing page where you can collect these. And again, ask for 3, name, phone number, email, company, and I'll sit here while you do this. Don't worry about it. I got plenty of time. Or I might just And one of the things I might just pull out my notebook, right? You know, I've always got this book with me, right? And I might just pull out my notebook and say, okay, Mary, just can you give me 3 people that you think might really be interested in the process? It works. I'm telling you. Let's take a quick break for a commercial. You know, we always got a little commercial in the middle, right? Our sponsor is 90 Days to Your Success. What if you had a tool that could help you get things done faster, more consistently, and with greater results? Especially, we're in the 4th quarter. You're ready to zoom, aren't you? You're ready to make this the best year ever? Cut your procrastination, cut out your inconsistencies, and get more done. 90 Days to Your Success is a simple methodology with some videos, with some sheets to fill out, with some spreadsheets. It's easy, it's simple, and in less time than you can imagine, you can start looking at things in a 90-day window, and you can get so much more done. In fact, we use this process. I use it. I'm just starting on my October one. I'm about a week in or 5 days in right now, and already we're watching results. And every 90 days you get more effective and more powerful. And when you start looking at things in 90-day windows, you're going to be amazed at the success factor that comes into play. Successful people do more by noon than most people do all day. And using this process, successful people get more accomplished in 90 days than a lot of people get done in a whole year. If this is something for you, then please go out, and I'm going to put the link out here for you so you can click it and just get out there. It's simply, and the click is real simple. It's 90, the number 90, days to your success.com. And let's share it with you there. So if you need it, it's out there. If you don't remember that, just go to the Coach Manny website and you'll see it there. All right, number 3. So now we've defined, what have we defined so far? We have come down and we've started to put it together for you, haven't we? You're ready for referrals, aren't you now? We've defined when you're going to ask, so there's no question there. We've defined how you're going to ask, so there's no questions there. Now, the third point is define why. Why? Why do I need referrals, Manny? Why? Why is this important to me? Why? Well, you have to define that, because the other 2 are wonderful, but they won't make you do this. You need to know the why. This is really what makes it work. This is the most important piece in the process. Why are you doing this? Because it's clearly the easiest way to get more sales. I can't re-emphasize that. You can do SEO, digital marketing, email marketing, texting, Facebook, social media, LinkedIn, all those things. But none of them will get you the success rate that referrals do. Please take a moment and grab hold of that. That's why you're doing this, because it's clearly the easiest way to get more sales. It changes a cold lead into a very warm lead. As I was telling you the story, you know, the customer might pick up the phone, make the call for me. It takes no time to do this. You're already with the customer. It works. It gets you more business. And if you don't ask, your competitor might walk in after you, even though your customer bought from you, and your competitor might ask, well, I see you already bought from Jim. Do you know somebody else that might still be interested? And they might give them the name because you didn't ask. Oh my gosh, would that make you mad? It would, right? And if you don't ask, you're leaving so much business on the table. Come on. Because you want to grow your top line, this is the fastest way to do it. Just ask. Could you introduce me to someone who has the needs that I can solve? And they know what they are. Ask them. Humble yourself. It's okay. You know how I'm always telling you? It's great to humble yourself, right? It's great. You can do it. Ask. I need some additional business to build my business. Is there anyone you know who could benefit from the same things that you're benefiting from? Stop worrying about offending people. Stop worrying about making your customer mad. Your customer's not going to leave you. They love what you have. If you do a great job for them and why wouldn't they want to give their friends and other associates your connection point? There's a great quote I love, I love to quote the word, right? So there's a great quote from the Bible that puts this, and Jesus is so good at putting it. He says, ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be open. And that can so much applies to business, doesn't it? And the second part, the piece that so many people, everybody's heard that, but they forget the second part, which says, for everyone that asks, you're going to get. For him if you seek, you find. If you knock, you're going to get the door open. It applies to you in referrals. If you ask for the referral, you're going to get it. If you go out there and you try to get that referral, you will get it. And if you knock, the door will be open. Referrals. Share back with me after you've tried some of this stuff, after you started to implement it, and let me know how you're making out, because this is a great tool. So it's great to have had you here today. A couple points. First of all, remember, after this, we're going to the Entrepreneur Toolbox, and we're going to do a couple of role plays on how this actually works. So if you're a member, don't forget to go over there. And if you're not a member yet, go to Coach Manny and sign up for the Entrepreneur Toolbox. If you feel this stuff is helping you, great. The other point I just want to reemphasize, 90 days to your success. You see the link out there. They are our sponsors. Look, I'm going to be quite honest with you because I love all you, and I be straight all the time anyway. When you start looking at life in 90-day windows, your business, you'd be amazed. It's the reason I push this product is really simple. When you start working in 90-day increments, you can get your hands around everything and you can get so much more done. To not do that is crazy. I mean, really. So 90 days to your success, our sponsors. Hey, it's been great having you on here today. I hope you've enjoyed the program. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for the lesson. Please get out there and start getting those referrals. You're going to be amazed at what happens and how your business grows. Remember, we're here every Friday at 10:30. Great to have you here. And let me give a shout out to all those with us today. I can't give it to all of you, but it's good to see so many of you just with us on a weekly basis. And I hope you're applying what you learned. And have a great week. Take care. Thank you.